When inspecting a static bulldozer, it's important to have a few tools to assist you: a flashlight, pry bar, 50-point inspection form, undercarriage tools, scraper, wire brush, and camera. To begin, we'll start on the side of the dozer and work around it. First, take 4 pictures, the 2 sides, the front, and back. This will help identify the machine and confirm its original condition to make sure everything is documented properly. Let's start on the ground level first with the undercarriage. We'll want to look at serial number plates on the dozer and the machine itself. Next, start on the side. We'll look at the shoes to make sure everything is intact. The shoes shouldn't be bent or sagging. They should move normally and should be tight. Use your pry bar to help you identify this. In this example, they're moving too much, so we're seeing wear. Next, we want to identify it's a Komatsu undercarriage by our stampings. Check the trunnion joint and assure the shims are in place. You'll want to feel the rollers for any dish marks and identify any potential rollover. Be sure the roller is tight and has bearings in place. If not, they could look like this and should be replaced. Inspect the sprockets. They should be fairly blunt. This is a good sign on very little wear. We'll want to look for any vent chutes and adjustments on rails to make sure they are not slacking. Check idler adjustment. Making your way around the backside, note any issues with glass, mirrors, or any other structural damage. Next, at the sides back, look at the hydraulic tanks to ensure there's enough oil. It should be filled halfway through the red circle. Notice the hydraulic tank breathers. They should be clean and clear of dirt. Next, we want to open some compartments. For safety reasons, always remember to make 3 points of contact when scaling the dozer. Once opened, you'll see we're utilizing latches that have locks on them, so the door doesn't fall down on us during inspection. Use the flashlight to check our hoses and any wiring that's loose. Keep an eye out for anything that looks like it's leaking, bent, or broken. While on the dozer, look at the lights and make sure they aren't broken. Check the glass and ensure there's nothing broken, and note any obstructions. Check the windshield wipers and make sure they still have the rubber on them and see what shape they're in. Next, open the compartment directly below the glass where the fill area is located. Note the air filter indicator. Depending on how yellow it is, means how much it's clogged. Next, we want to look at the hydraulic cylinder to ensure the hoses, seals, and cylinders are not leaking. The hydraulic cylinders should be clean, well greased, and not have any marks on the cylinder. The joint should also be well greased, as noted by the discoloration. At the front of the blade, we look at our get, cutting edges and end bits. Depending on its condition, the cutting edges may need to be flipped or replaced with new. Look at the skin on the blade to make sure there are no deformations. We also want to make sure that the ribs are not showing through, as this means the metal is getting thinner. Again, like before, we want to ensure there is no dishing. Also, during any inspection, always look for any broken, leaking, missing, or worn areas on the machine, and make note of it on our inspection form. As you make your way around the other side of the dozer, make sure there is no exterior damage. Next, climb up using 3 points of contact. Open the air filter compartment. Knowing that the air filter indicator on the other side showed us it was clogged, we are now able to actually access the filter itself. Open the air filter and remove it. Inside, we have an outer filter and inner filter. Remove the outer filter and inspect it. Clean or replace as necessary. This outer filter takes in the majority of the material and gets clogged faster, so we check that first. The inner has twice as much life as the outer filter. Make sure the inner filter is in place and not sagging. When reinstalling, make sure it's completely correct and double-checked. While the compartment is open, it's a great time to check all your connections on the wire harness and connections. While on the dozer, there is one more area to look at. Inside the control panel, look at the hours and dates on the fuel water separator filters and look for markings when they were last changed. In the battery compartment, make sure the door is not damaged. When opening the door, make sure the rear wiper fluid is full and the batteries look good. Make sure there is nothing broken, missing, or damaged. Look at the fire extinguisher and confirm the date has not expired. At the back of the machine, we want to look at the lights, rear view camera, wipers, antennas, and the breather spout to make sure everything is in good condition. Now it's time to make our way into the cab. Once inside, we'll look at the monitor and get an hour meter reading. Sitting in the cab, make sure the glass, wipers, and mirrors are clean and the seat can be easily adjusted. We want to ensure that there are no switch covers missing and there's nothing leaking, broken, or bent, and there are no bolts missing. While in the cab, we should look around for any items that appear to be in need of repair. Check the seatbelt and look at the tag. Seatbelts expire after 3 years, so make sure the date doesn't show an expired seatbelt. Once you've confirmed the condition of the interior, the inspection of the dozer is complete.